Hey everyone, welcome to the Cancellable Podcast. I am here with Korosh.
Yes, and I'm here with
And-
Faisal.
And Body is not here.
Yeah, the tables have turned.
Tables have turned. He is somewhere that we cannot name.
Yeah.
How long is he gone for?
Oh, but you gotta let him out, so I don't know.
No, I mean, you can't confirm or deny any of that. But anyway, the tables have turned.
Yeah,
and
Barda's not here for a while.
Body won't be here for a while. I've taken the reins.
Neither would Natalie. It was just me and
We got,
Faisal.
we got rid of them, man.
I'm the only one left now. I don't know if I'm in danger or not.
No, but it's good to be back. I think I haven't been here for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It was hard to find the keys to the basement. I mean, isn't like I was down there with the rats.
Yeah.
You know.
Barda has figured it out.
Have you ever seen the movie Prisoner?
Yeah. With
Same
Hugh
scenario.
Jackman, right?
Hugh Jackman
Yeah.
and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Same scenario. Couldn't fit
They're doing Deadpool 3, those two. Wait,
those two.
who
Jake
did you-
Gyllenhaal.
Oh, no.
You're
not
talking
Jake.
about
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
sorry.
Reynolds,
They all
yeah.
look the same, man. They're all pretty boys, you know.
I don't know how that was racist because you're referring to white people. Like, they
It
all
wasn't
look
even
the
a
same.
race thing. It's just good-looking men.
Oh. Why was I aroused? But so
table
I
lifting
think this is the first time you and I are flying solo.
Well, actually, no. We didn't one. It's just the cameras went to shit.
Oh
so,
yeah, no. Please tell me about that, Korosh.
We did record an episode, but somehow the memory cards failed.
So there's this thing here where we because Korosh is our editor, our everything, nearly everything. Well, Bardia is also another part of that. Well, I do nothing.
That's not true. Michael.
Sometimes Korosh, his brain doesn't really work and he doesn't press the record button.
Hey, dickhead! I told you that has happened once or twice, but the rest was actual like camera failure and shit.
Okay, so in this scenario, it was a camera failure, but we had a really good episode. I think it was the best episode we ever had.
And you'll never see it.
Yeah, and you guys will never see it unless you
I still
click.
have the audio, by the way.
Yeah, did
Can
we
release
ever?
that? No, we
No,
didn't
no,
release the audio.
we
yeah.
don't. But yeah, so this is more of a focused on our kind of shit that we like, and
So what do we like?
so I don't know how many of you watch UFC, but did anyone see the last UFC?
It was just you and I in the room.
No, I'm talking about the people. Like I'm talking.
Well,
About
it's not like we're waiting for the response.
oh, we're not live.
Dickhead! What the fuck?
I told you I haven't been here for a while. I was on holiday.
We've never been live. Like, that has never once happened.
But yeah, so what was the last? Do you remember the number of the UFC? Was it?
294 or 6, something like that.
I think it was 296. If I'm not mistaken.
Let me check. Okay, you keep talking.
Yeah, but a couple of good fights in that. Very interesting outcomes. I would say that
Yeah, UFC 296.
yeah, 296. So one of the biggest cards there were that gentleman Leon
Edwards and Kobe
Covington. What did you think of that fight?
I mean, it was
It was an
First of
interesting.
all, spoiler for anyone who hasn't watched it, but fuck you.
I don't believe if something's been out for more than a week or two and someone hasn't watched it, it's their fault.
It hasn't been a week.
Come on,
It's Sunday. But anyways, it's a fight. Like, it's not a movie. So
tomorrow's Friday, so it would be like a week. Think about it.
Well, no.
A working week. A working
a
week.
working
Yeah,
week, sure.
but
It was shit, man. Honestly, I was surprised. Like, the Kobe's usually like a lot more like active in the ring and shit. But that one, I don't know if it's the ring rust, if it's just him getting older, but it looked horrible. Like, he barely threw any punches.
to be honest, I haven't watched this guy fight as much. I do know that he fought. He was like a big rival of Usman.
He fought him twice, and they were close fight. Well, close-ish. At
But-
least one of them.
But he is like a gritty fighter. Like he is
His
someone.
cardio is insane. You know who like Cameron Haynes and like the bull hunter is? You know how he does a lot of cardio and shit. Kobe goes like toe to toe with him. So like his cardio was always off the chains. He never had the power to like knock people out.
Yeah.
But the thing about him was he was kind of similar to like Nate Diaz style. They just like puts it on you till he wears you out. And even with Osman, he was doing the same thing, and he's a wrestler. But with Edwards, I don't know what the fuck was happening, because
I think it had to do with the ring rust.
I think it can be ring rust. It could be I think he's like 36, 37.
Man, that's the crazy thing about that is that you talk about being 30, 36, 37. There was a guy I watched it was the first fight of the main card. I don't know, Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett.
Okay.
He's 39 years old,
Yeah.
and apparently he's the heaviest puncher. And I don't know what division they were in. I think it was
135.
135, yeah. And he was fighting a kid that was 29 years old. And the guy's like, yeah, he's from Texas, from the South, tough kid, can take a punch. This Josh Emmett just punched him one time in the face.
Yeah.
And they had to replay it like 4 or 5 times. First, they played it in slow motion. You see his face get dented in. Okay. Jesus. And then they play it with no sound, anything. And you hear the slap. Like the snap of his just, the sweet chin music where you just hit the chin. And then the guy had a seizure on the... You didn't see that?
No, I only watched 2 fights on the card. I didn't watch the rest. I didn't have time, so I only watched the people.
We'll talk about the most interesting, like the least to most interesting ones. Yeah. Man, he punched him. The guy, you know when they like just become sort of
like kind of like
they get frozen. Yeah.
Bro. Like Alistair Overeem with Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Like he was just like...
Yeah, like his feet just tensed up.
You know what they look like? Have you seen those goats? I don't know what breed of goat it is, but when you scare them, they just like go limp and go on the floor.
That's exactly the same how it looked. But the scary shit was...
It's not a goat.
No, when he got... not that funny. So, man, imagine if you see a goat like that. Like imagine you're walking.
Such a stupid like defense mechanism. Like I don't understand how that got passed on through DNA in nature. That like what? When you see danger, you just like, oh, I can't feel it. Come eat me.
Well, I mean, I also know someone else who told me that if they got mugged, they'd shit on...
Yeah, that's not sitting still. That's like taking action into your own hand.
And you're not even willing to fling it at him. You just...
No. That's rude.
Do you want to join? But the thing is that about those goats and shit, like, yeah, it's true. What is the fucking thought process of, I'll stay still? Maybe they shock the predator. Like, maybe the predator's like, yo...
It's not an electric eel, bro. What do you mean they shock?
No, not fucking shock, as in they get electrocuted.
Oh, like surprise them?
Yeah, like the goats. Like imagine a wolf is like, yo, that meat might be tainted. Like, that
bro, the wolf is looking at it. The fucking goat turns around and sees it, goes like that. Like, there's no fucking way that's tainted.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought process when I told you. If you're getting mugged, you act like you're getting a heart attack. You shock because the guy just wanted your money. Now you're dead.
We're back at this again.
No, but think of it like that. The wolf was gonna eat him anyways. But now the wolf's wondering, yo, did this goat get shot?
Bro, there's stories of fucking wolves going through these fucking goat farms with these goats, and they just destroy like 90 of them because they just keep laying dead there and they don't do anything. They don't run away.
You just destroyed my argument. Thanks, bro. But anyway, back to Josh Emmett. Yes. This guy.
So he fucked the goat.
No, he punched the guy. And the thing is that when you know how the ref usually just puts his hand like on the head, not really doing anything, just making sure he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Yeah.
The guy, like 2 seconds later, starts convulsing.
Like foaming out the mouth and shit?
I don't know if he was foaming out the mouth, but the guy just started shaking and shit, and the cameraman was like kind of worried. And you could see another ref coming in like, okay, there's nothing we can do. We'll just put our hands... Like, they were all just putting their hands on him, and they're like, we pray to God he doesn't die. And man, it was scary, And that Josh Emmett was just sitting there like, fuck. Like, imagine you killed the dude. Like... And these, like, the saying that UFC fighters are usually the most calmest people after the fights, like martial arts, any combat sport. And this guy was just sitting there and he was like, yo, I think... I
just killed the dude.
I think I just killed the dude.
You don't go to jail for it, right?
No. I think it's in the contract or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, dude, imagine thinking that, like, you why do you think fighters, whenever they finish a fight, they always like shake hands and stuff like that? Because they know the amount of work they put in with their, on the line.
Respect too.
But yeah, dude, he brained him. He just brained him, and the guy got up, and you can hear Joe Rogan saying, "Don't let him stand up because the guy's gonna snap his knees." And I'm like, "What do you mean he's gonna snap his knees?" And then, bro, you see this guy standing, and someone's holding him from the back, and man, his knees are like so close to snapping. I'm not surprised if the guy has pulled some tendons in his knees.
No, there's high chance, man. High chance. Even you see in boxing, like when they give them the 8 count, they get up, their legs are like rubber, and they just fucking fall back down.
But man, his knees were going ways you shouldn't be going. You know what I mean? And he didn't feel it. He was like, "Oh no, let go of me." And God bless that ref who didn't let him go.
Just held them.
Because imagine you just snap both your knees, become a fucking pterodactyl or some shit like that.
But not even snap your knees, just fall face forward and hit your head again. That's the second concussion that can put you out, especially if you had a seizure on it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone have a seizure in the ring.
Yeah, dude, you need to watch it. Like you need to watch it.
I think the worst one I've seen was Tony Ferguson getting knocked out.
Funny enough, Tony Ferguson was in this card.
But a while ago, I don't remember who he was. I think maybe it was he fought Michael Chandler or something. But he was knocked out for a good couple of minutes. And you're just like, holy shit, is he going to wake up or not? But I don't think there's ever been any deaths in UFC. There's definitely been deaths in boxing, but not in UFC.
I don't know about UFC. I think they take precautions and such. And
I think it's just the fact that like in boxing you get the 8 count, so you can get back up again and get more concussed. But in UFC you get knocked down. You might get like 5 bullshit punches to your face, like rabbit punches, but like it's usually done.
No. I I get you completely. And the thing is that let's be happy that no one's died in the UFC yet.
Yeah.
But speaking of Tony Ferguson, what do you think of his fight?
Amazing.
What?
I loved it.
I'll tell you, it was a really good fight. And the funniest part was David Goggins in the back.
Or in the corner. Like
He didn't say, by the way, did you notice he said nothing in the corner? Because what is he going to
say?
say?
Where the votes? Bitch, there's no votes here. I'm getting punched in the face.
Imagine Tony just, like, to be honest, I didn't know that David Goggins was in his camp.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like, it was a promotion to David Goggins' new Hell Week or whatever.
Yeah.
And have you seen the videos of Tony Ferguson throwing up in buckets?
Yeah.
And David Goggins, the same thing. Who's going to carry the balls? You let it out. And, that guy, Paddy.
Yeah.
The guy he fought. That guy's become a meme, right?
Paddy or Tony?
Paddy. Tony was never a meme. Like people still like him. He's like diehard fans.
Bro, I've never liked Tony Ferguson.
But dude, if you're talking about people crossing the line and like Tony Ferguson being a dickhead, you should I'm sure you saw what Kobe Covington said to Edwards.
I heard about it. I actually didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
what he exactly
people
said.
who didn't, I'm sure many of you did watch it, but people who didn't or missed the press conference, this was just before the fight.
Okay.
Kobe Covington talks about how he's going to drag Edwards through hell. He's going to go to the 7th level of hell, and that's where they'll meet his dad. So Kobe Covington's dad was a thug, gangster.
Kobe Covington's or Ian?
Sorry,
Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards' dad was in a gang, and he died.
Okay.
So he just brings it up in the conference, and you see Edwards lose his shit and throw something at him. And you have all these UFC fighters that came out.
He recently died, right?
I don't know if he recently died. Like, I don't know the history about it, but to call someone out who's dad, and even like after the fight, Edwards was like, I was crying. The moment he said that, I went to the back and started crying because I was so angry I couldn't do anything about it. And
that's too far.
Yeah, but
like for my personal taste, shit talk as much as you want. Just don't go to the family.
Yeah, but then you talk about the majority of fighters. Like, look, okay, outside of UFC, that guy Logan Paul with that other dude talking about
Dylan
Dallas, yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it was funny as hell.
It was funny, but I don't
It was
like
marketing.
To be fair, those aren't even professional fighters, so I don't know if you can apply the same standards.
Yeah,
to
true,
them,
true.
You know?
Okay, then I'll give you a better one, like Conor McGregor. Like Conor McGregor.
I didn't like what he did with Khabib. I liked his shit talk with previous to Khabib because it wasn't about anyone's wife and shit.
I didn't even know Khabib had a wife.
No, with Khabib, I think he made fun of his wife, like with the full hijab.
He made fun of his religion even.
Yeah, so that's fucked up. Or I think even he made comments about his dad as well, about Khabib's dad.
Fuck.
I think
I'm assuming this is when he was alive because he wouldn't be alive. Conor wouldn't be alive if he talked about his dad when he died. Yeah, no, it was.
I think so.
It was because
alive,
even Khabib's dad said he forgave Conor McGregor. I remember this. Yeah, and he even invited him to Dagestan.
Yeah, like that.
Can you imagine going? No, but I think that they would have that. They have that sort of warrior mentality where they'll treat them with respect and stuff like that.
I don't think Conor has the.
No, not Conor. I'm talking.
Yeah,
no, but
I don't think he's humble enough.
No, but I kind of disagree with that. Okay, like the person who's the biggest shit talker is Conor McGregor. He literally wrote the book about how to psychologically fuck people up.
Yeah.
And before him was that other guy who was a sweet talker.
Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, Chael Sonnen. But his was like poetry.
Yeah,
he would say stuff and you couldn't believe he'd come up with the snappiest responses.
Bro, even his shit, like he went on Flagrant, Andrew Schultz's podcast, and this was a while ago, and he was saying that like, yeah, even if you're playing the bad guy role, everyone has their own ethical line that you don't cross.
Yeah.
And his was, I never bring your family in, I never swear. He never swore in it. But like the shit he made up, like I don't know if you heard this one. He was talking about, remember those 2 Brazilian brothers, like jiu-jitsu masters? I think it was the Nogueira.
Gracie brothers, huh?
No. I think it was the Nogueira brother.
Nogueira, yeah.
And he was, in one of the interviews, he was making fun of them, saying that when they first came to US, because they came from a village, they saw a bus and they thought it's a horse and they were feeding it a carrot. obviously it's a bullshit story, but like just the way he would say, with no swearing, with nothing, he was such a good
But I have to contradict you. Like the guy literally talked about a UFC fighter's wife. He's like, if you're talking about someone putting something in their mouth being easy, you should talk
about
his ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Dude.
The thing is, the guy shit talked about his own wife before.
Okay.
So it's different.
Yeah, you know, like Chael Sonnen is like a cool guy. Like
yeah.
And he's an entertainer. Conor McGregor also. But Conor McGregor like crossed lines. And the thing is that even with Aldo, like he made Aldo's life in that span of time where they were supposed to fight a living hell. Because his fans and all these people were just going after Jose Aldo. And you could even see it before the fight. Like I remember when I first saw that fight. I was into UFC, but never so big, right? That fight between, I think I was 3 fights before where I noticed Conor McGregor, saw his fights. Actually, my fight where I saw Conor McGregor and I was like, this guy's someone, is when he went against Chad Mendes and he just snapped his neck trying to get out of the chokehold.
I didn't watch that live, but I've gone back and watched a lot of UFC.
I watched that and my brother was like hooked on the guy. He's like, this guy's going to be champion. And I didn't believe it. And then I saw his determination. Forget about what's going on now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this guy's something else. And with Jose Aldo, like that fight they had.
The fucking mind games.
Bro, the mind games, even like, dude, you know, he took it down to such a molecular level where the guy would fart. Dude, he would fart in his face. And there's videos, bro, there's videos where, you know, when they're in the back and they're waiting and like the 2 camps are on 2 sides. And this was even Ultimate Fighter, yeah?
Yeah.
Conor would like walk. And you know how Conor walks with this big kind of sort of his like a orangutan kind of shit, yeah? And you just see him like Ozzy is sitting down and here, and bro, and Ozzy gets up, he's like, oh motherfucker, and you see Conor going, haha, fucking bastard, you know, you cunt.
Fuck you gonna do?
Yeah, fuck, what the fuck you gonna do, you know? And imagine how
so childish,
bro. But so childish. But you know, us as men, we are childish. Yeah? If someone farts on you and makes a joke that they farted on you, you did nothing. That will keep me up at night.
Yeah,
I'd be sitting there and be like, why wasn't I a man? Why didn't I stop the fart coming out? You know, like it's
shit in my hand. Throw it at you fart on me.
I take it a little step higher. But that's the thing. Like that fight. After that, like. That was one of the craziest fights and the craziest cards I ever saw.
Especially the way it ended in like fucking 13 seconds.
Oh, wait. The beginning and the end were in the same sentence.
Thing. Yeah.
You know, start the fight.
It was one Instagram story, or at the time, I think it was Snapchat story. Like, legit, I was 15 seconds at start and finish at 13.
Yeah, and man, I remember because I was so interested in that fight. I had university at the time.
Yeah.
And I had my final exams. And we went to a place called Wings and Rings. And this place, Wings and Rings, we stayed there. It was filled with Irish people. Brazilian, like a few Brazilians, but like imagine 5 a.m, full of beer, full of all this kind of stuff. I just want to go sit there and watch the game.
Yeah.
The bell starts. You have these Irish people that are already drunk, like 3 to 4 fights before.
Yeah.
And it starts. I'm watching and I'm like, what's the game plan? What's the game plan? Dumb. And you see Aldo just drop down like a sack of potatoes. And I didn't have time to register. I remember just looking around and everyone was like holding their drink. Someone was like still had like a chicken wing in their hand. And then some random, like everyone starts screaming, an Irish guy comes to us and flips our table.
It was wild time for Irish people, man.
Yeah, yeah. And the Brazilian guy beside me, I swear to God, I felt so bad, even though I was supporting Conor. I'm like, man, it's okay. And the Brazilian guy looks at me and goes, what the fuck, man? He's like, do nothing. He's do nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, I felt so bad, you know. Like at that second, I was like, "Man, Aldo got robbed," you know.
Bro, the thing is, MMA in Brazil apparently is the second biggest sport after football, or for American listeners, soccer. But so you can imagine, like, you have a fucking Brazilian champion that was it was a good champion until Conor came around. Like he beat everyone.
Bro, he was undefeated for I think 11 years.
Something like it was something outrageous. To be fair, I think that was before USADA came and there was drug testing, but you can't take it away from him. Like everyone else was doing the same thing.
I mean, look, I'll tell you something. If everyone's on steroids, no one's on steroids. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, basically. But imagine, so it's the second biggest sport in your country. You have a fucking dominant champion. You got this fucking Irish dude that's just talking shit for a year straight. So you're just standing there. You're like, oh yeah, our champion's going to fuck him up. 13 seconds later, he's dead on the ground, like, as you put it, like a sack of potatoes. Just
no, but boy, did his career go up after that? Nope, finished. Like
Aldo. Yeah.
I feel like Aldo, if you say like Conor,
I think he's still fighting.
I don't think even that promotion. I don't think he was in UFC.
No. I think he's fighting like Bellator or some shit.
I mean, that's not an improvement.
Well, definitely not. No.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Conor McGregor, you know, and I believe this so strongly. Yeah, you know, you have fighters that are there, okay, and those fighters, the UFC puts them on the map.
Right.
But like Conor McGregor put UFC on the map. I think it exploded after him. You look at the gate. You know how Dana White, every UFC, he talks about the gate, basically
like how
the
much
amount
they
they've
sold.
made
Yeah.
just on the gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exploded after that.
Yeah.
You know.
That was right. I don't know if you remember this or not, but UFC got bought out by I think this company is called VMA, which is the same company that owns WWE.
No, but that happened recently.
That happened after Conor.
Yeah.
Dana, in a few interviews at the time, he was saying that like our evaluation went a lot higher because of Conor. Everyone was talking shit about like how Dana bends the rules for Conor, and he was explaining that like, okay, if you make that much money for the company, we'll bend the rules for you. Basically, that's what he was saying.
That's
Bro, it's a business.
no.
It's a fucking business.
It is
you
a
know?
business, and you know when you have so much fandom, you can literally like start bending the rules yourself because you say, "Look, I'm going to fight, dude." Look at Conor McGregor now. Like
With
the
drug
guy,
testing
the guy literally came from a plumber.
Yeah.
He came from a plumber to owning, you know, a fucking Lamborghini yacht, having private jets. Doesn't have to work. He
Whiskey
posts,
company,
bro.
restaurants.
He posts on social media, and that's people's life savings.
Yeah.
No, actually,
More than life
their whole life, they'll never make that money.
Yeah.
And the thing is that even him being out of it, I never supported him going into boxing. I never supported that. I just felt like he should stay into UFC. When he gets older, then do that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But it worked for him. I mean,
Bro, honestly, like it was a good opportunity. Like if you think about like everyone else that's gone into boxing, right? Got fucking Nate Diaz fight with Jake Paul, or Tyron Woodley fought with Jake Paul. Well, none of them are Floyd fucking Mayweather, you know?
yeah, but then
To be fair, Floyd Mayweather, it's not like at the prime of his career, but at the time he fought Conor, it was before he started doing all these bullshit fights with everyone.
because I was about to say he fought another YouTuber called Deji, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, that was way after Conor.
Yeah.
So, like, at the moment when Conor made that deal, Floyd was still looked at as, I mean, even to this day, he's still looked at as like one of the greatest of all time. But I feel like it's more watered down now. Like his fights, no one watches them, his exhibitions. But
Who was it that stood up for Conor when he was talking? Mike Tyson was talking about how Conor did so well against Mayweather, and he's had barely any trading. He's a talented boxer, bro. He's a talented striker. But the thing is that the guy's life now is on hinge. He's on coke. He's on this. How many times was he supposed to fight? And now apparently he will be headlining UFC 300. You heard about that?
why?
Why?
Because
Because
you saw that.
You saw us leaving.
So for people who didn't know, UFC had this extra, like a third-party company that does drug testing on all athletes, and the company is directly related to the same company that does drug testing for all like Olympic, what do you call them?
Athletes.
Athletes, whatever. But they had a rule that before someone can fight, they have to be tested for 6 months. And when Conor snapped his leg with Dustin Poirier, he went out of the pool so he can get steroids for his leg. No one actually said this, but everyone knows that's the reality. But when Conor was coming back, so obviously they wanted him to be in the pool for 6 months, but everyone suspects Conor is still on steroids because just the way he looks like. He looks like a gorilla.
Bro, did you
his
see
chin changed?
Bro,
like,
did you see him? Did you see him in the Ultimate Fighter, the newest one?
with
It was him
Michael
against
Chandler?
Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Bro, first of all, his team never won one fight.
Nope.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel if you look at it, the guy was disengaged. Did you see how many times he wasn't like? Okay, he was there in some of the trainings.
Yeah.
And when he was there, like he was talking to these guys. But then, like, what he would do is that he'd go out, go to the house where everyone's staying, and then bring beer.
Yeah. He's on something, man.
No, not on something that, bro, the guy doesn't give a fuck anymore. The thing is that, like, you know, to be honest, I think we'd all be the same. You've made so much money and you will continue to keep making money. Yeah. Where is that drive that comes out of nowhere? Like,
Yeah, especially with like fighting. Like it's different. Like if you're like
take a punch in the face. Yeah, man.
if you're like a Jeff Bezos type of guy, like you made your money from a non-violent route, and like if you want to make more money, yeah, it makes sense to do that. But like if you made your money by getting punched in the head, at some point you have so much money that you're like,
Why do I need to get punched in the head?
do I want to be able to be there for my kids when I'm 70? And I think he already has like 5 or 6. He knocks up his wife like every 9 months. She's like a fucking microwave. I swear, he's just shooting babies out every time.
Well, I mean, if you watch his stories, bro, that's all he's taking drugs. He's on his yacht and he's fucking. Like, and that's the funny thing. Kudos to the wife, bro. She was there from the beginning. This woman.
I don't even think it's a wife. I think it's still a girlfriend. I don't think they actually.
Yeah, but that's a UK thing. It's like yeah, I fucking love you. You know. Do you want to marry me? No, it's better if we
5
stay.
fucking kids.
Yeah, just keep popping them out like popcorn.
Yeah,
you know. But the thing is that Conor, like, he's the pinnacle, and the thing is that the guy now doesn't have to do anything, but other fighters, like you see people who, some people don't have any like remorse or anything like that. Yeah. And like Conor, I loved him because, you know, we were talking about how some fighters don't cross the line. Yeah. You have people that are like, I've seen videos, I don't know, but Conor has always been humble when he loses. In a way. He doesn't make excuses.
Like, he'll make
He'll make an excuse in that second, like when he fought against that Dustin Poirier, and he was like, "Your wife sent me DMs."
I hated that.
Yeah, but I think after that he makes no excuses. And I'm sure you saw the Netflix special on him.
Yeah.
The guy was like, I think he knows that, like, when it comes to fighting and stuff, there's that sort of, you know, honor that has to go there.
I think he had a lot more of it when he was younger or like coming up.
Like, you remember his first loss against Nate Diaz?
Yeah.
How he was? No excuses.
The thing is, what excuse are you gonna make? Like, all these fighters that, like Deontay Wilder when he fought, what's his name, Tyson Fury, right? I remember one of the fights, he came with like a heavy suit with like fucking diamonds and shit.
That just undermines, bro.
It's such a stupid. Like, you're a fucking athlete. You're the prime of your fucking 8-week camp. What, you carried like 30 pounds, 15 kgs, 20 kgs.
And who told you to?
No, but even if you did, if you get tired by carrying 15 kgs from like the fucking back room to the ring, you're not ready to fight a 12-round fight with a heavyweight. Yeah. Maybe one of the best heavyweights ever.
But man, going back to UFC in 296, the best part for me was Sean Strickland when he fucking lost his shit.
Oh my fucking god, man! In the audience.
No. And the thing is that what I respected was that like, you see in his face, he's a psychopath. Yeah. And the thing is that he turns around and has that control to ask the people.
Yeah, let's set it up for people who haven't watched it.
Please.
By the way, I fucking hate Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
I hate his personality. As a fighter, nothing against him. He's amazing. But for people who haven't seen it, Sean Strickland, is it Strickland or
Strickland?
Strickland, whatever. Sean went to UFC 296. He was in the audience. And 2 rows behind him is his next opponent. They start talking shit to each other. And then afterhand, we find out that Sean wants to beat the guy up in the audience. But so as he's turning around, he sees there's a child in front of him in the row behind him between the 2 guys. He asks the child to like move to the side. As soon as he does, the guy fucking goes on the chair, jumps 2 rows, and starts fucking elbowing and punching the guy in the face.
And you know what's funny is that, you know, there was another big guy beside him.
Yeah.
And that guy didn't touch Sean. He was like, yeah, you keep beating on my friend. Don't worry about it. But the thing is
that guy's a fucking middleweight UFC guy. What's his name?
I have no...
Gilbert Burns.
No. Gilbert Burns was in the row in front of him. That's where his kid and shit was.
Oh, you're saying...
Right beside Duplessis is another guy who's like, they're chatting shit and stuff. And when Sean Strickland comes and starts braining Duplessis, it's like, bro, the guy didn't give a fuck. And the thing is that, you know, I don't know if you know that, like, you were telling me before about the story about how Sean Strickland is a guy to not fuck with, and apparently someone was arrested.
Have you seen the video?
No, but...
okay, so there's a video of Sean Strickland. It's like a CCTV camera from his house. The background story is this guy gets drunk, and I think he beats his wife. He's running away from the police, and he gets in his car, like he hits a tree or some shit, right in front of Sean's house. And he runs in between the 2 cars that Sean has. Sean sees it on camera. He thinks he's getting robbed. So he has his gun on his waist. He goes outside, grabs the guy, throws him in the middle of the street, pulls the gun out, not knowing what the fuck is going on till the fucking police arrive. Like, that guy is luck.
But that guy is actually very lucky, because imagine if Sean just came swinging. And the thing is that...
Yeah. And I still rather, by mistake, end up in front of any other guy's house that's not a UFC fighter than end up in front of... there was another fighter... remember the bald guy that fought John Jones, Anthony Smith?
Yep.
Someone broke into his house while his children and wife was upstairs. This was a few years back. So he goes down and straight goes to like hand-to-hand combat with the guy and beats the living
No.
fuck out of the guy.
Remember something. When you say hand-to-hand combat, it means two sides of equal combating each other. You mean he physically dismantled him, because combat means that there's actually going to be a two-sided battle going on.
No, I don't think. I mean, there was no footage of it, but I can't imagine there was an equal force on both sides, unless it was John Jones in the house.
Dude, actually, you remind me of something. Did you ever hear of a guy called War Machine? There was a UFC fighter long time ago.
Back
This
in the
was
day, right?
back in the day, like way before Conor McGregor and these guys.
Okay.
He used to have so he went to
He had
jail
a tattoo on his chest, right?
on his back.
On his back?
On his back. And it's like a war machine, like a boat or something like that. Yeah. This story, I remember we were listening to it in school. Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy was dating a porn star.
Okay.
And first of all, not very smart. Yeah. He comes home and finds his porn star girlfriend with another person.
For work or for pleasure?
I don't know, okay?
Okay.
But he didn't like it. So you know what he does? He puts the guy through, a glass window, and like curb stomps him and shit and beats the shit out of him. And then, like, the guy didn't die, but he got cut up and all this kind of shit.
Got close to it.
And then he turns around to his girlfriend, who's a porn star, and said, he made sure she could never do porn again. He breaks all her teeth. Bro, he breaks all her teeth. He I think he fractured her skull, all this kind of stuff, and then he went on the run.
Shit.
And the thing is that you see the before and after of these two people.
Yeah.
And apparently the other guy was just a friend. I'm like, then why would War Machine go ape shit if he was just a friend?
Was it in the bedroom by any chance?
Yeah, I don't know, but bro, apparently like they had no fight. Like the guy couldn't fight back. He was at the mercy of War Machine.
Fucking War Machine. What do you want to do?
Yeah, exactly. And imagine he took her and he broke all her teeth.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
Bro, that's rough. And her eye socket came out or some shit. Dude, he destroyed. He did what a War Machine would do.
Yeah.
And this was like hushed up by the UFC and stuff like that. They said, "Oh, he's not a part of our thing. He was on the run." But dude, that guy. You see the before and after. It's a murder scene, bro. Her apartment is just soaked in blood.
Bro, you throw a guy through a window, that fucking happens. Like,
No, but you know those windows that like you slide open? It's a door?
like to your back door or
He
something.
he made sure the guy took every shard of glass with him when he...
Full cleanup job.
Yeah. But how... Bro, can you imagine you're going to see a girl and she says, "Yeah, my ex is a crazy UFC fighter." What are you doing?
I'm out. I don't care. I don't even care if it's the lightest one. Like, I don't even care if you're a lesbian and it was the lightest woman in the UFC. I don't care. I'm out.
The thing is that...
You know what? Let's meet outside the country. Let's go somewhere else.
Not even outside. He can get a plane ticket. Bro, you're telling me a UFC fighter who dedicates his life to fighting and focusing on a target, will not, if he wanted to, ruin your life?
By the time you've done the deal with the chick and then you're on your way home.
Yeah, but then he'll come to you and be like, "Yo, man, you did that to her. Now I gotta clap your cheeks." Like, you're just gonna sit there.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's good. But yeah. So this guy War Machine, you should check him out, bro. It's like really...
I don't want to go anywhere close to this. I don't want to check him out.
But the thing is that
in like his self footage in prison. Like, how am I gonna check the guy out?
No. Check the case out. Like you hear about it and you see the damage he did. It was terrifying, man.
Bro,
the guy's like a human pit bull.
If you go into your house and let's say in that situation, right? If he didn't beat his chick, if he just beat up the guy, is there any like? Do you still go to jail for that?
I think you do because she has to agree that he was. She has to agree that he was an intruder because you can't just go into your house and be like, "Oh, you see this premises here? It's not like your house is your kingdom, right? Maybe in Texas it is because it's called stand your ground shit. If anyone goes into your house, you can deal with them. But yeah, it's not gonna
Can't
fly.
you just say like, "Oh, I thought this guy was raping my wife or something"? Like,
so then you beat the shit out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you not fight him? Where's your stand-up game? Headlock.
No, but like, imagine like, I mean, I hope that never happens. But like, as you're going in the door, you see like someone's like piping your wife. You just pull the gun and shoot them before you ask any questions. Like, oh, I thought she was getting raped. And then I found out she wasn't, so I shot her too. Everyone's dead.
Imagine being in her scenario, you saw that your boyfriend or whatever just killed the guy. Yeah, he did all this stuff. What's that camera in the corner recording? Oh, no. Forget about it. But yeah, so...
Motion sensor.
So, Sean Strickland, these guys, John Jones, I don't want to be in those scenarios. And like Sean Strickland himself now is, although I don't like... he's like a simple dude. He says he has mental problems. Yeah.
Oh, he definitely has.
He says that if I didn't do UFC, I'd probably be like a school shooter or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, he was heavily abused as a child.
yeah, dude, he talks about it, and you know, the thing is that I give kudos to him because he's so upfront about it, and he talks about how much of a shitbag he is, and
He kind of talks about it like a retarded person, like
dude,
like zero filters.
but bro, do you think he's gonna be like a fucking brain scientist or something? Like a, no, like I mean, he could send someone to a brain,
Bro, good luck to anyone that like he's their brain surgeon. He's just squishing shit.
I don't know what the fuck this is doing, but that's the thing. It's like these guys are like in a sense, you know, I watched a couple of podcast season, and bro, he's like I give the guy some respect in some things he says. Other stuff he's just ignorant, but like that's the majority of people.
His views on like women and shit, a little old school for my taste.
Yeah, but haven't you noticed that now this is like I think we talked about this previously, right? I always told you about that Four Horsemen documentary I told you about, yeah? Because society is going in such a way where it's like everything is becoming okay. You becoming a fucking, if you want to be 15 kind of genders, if you want to show nudity, if you want to do that, it's becoming in such a way that you're now setting up two camps that are becoming super liberal or conservative. The space in between it is like distancing itself. You have people who are in the middle, who don't really give a shit. But then you have people who, you know, it's always the people who don't say anything or don't address anything in that scenario that make the problem worse. Because, like, if you look, bro, I was doing some research in the bank, okay?
Okay.
And I found that there was a bank in the US that specifically targets LGBT community.
Targets them like
opens accounts for them. Like, what's the selling point here? Oh yeah, you know, you're gay, we'll give you 15% off or something. Like, why not? Like how is that a selling point?
How do you make sure they're right? Like they're not lying.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you know,
bring us a sex tape of you getting railed by a
no.
massive
Imagine
dick.
imagine you have this guy who's coming. I'm a relationship manager here. I just want to make sure that, you know, before you give us your ID and stuff,
kiss me. I want to see your
kiss me for more than 5 seconds. Like,
but that's sexual assault.
Not to me. But that's the thing.
To me, obviously, you're asking for it.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like now,
wait, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Luckily enough, didn't work out. Like, but that's the thing. Like, what's the selling point? I'm no longer a service or like a company that's looking to be innovative. No. I'm a company that targets people who identify as this and that. Okay, but what's the selling point here? What are you doing?
The thing is, I would get it if certain banks refuse to open accounts.
Have you heard any bank refusing to be gay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if that was the case, then I would get why you would have a LGBTQ only bank. No, but that's not the case.
Because that's the thing. It's like now you're having people fighting for any excuse. Like, why not make a bank that has better services? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
so outrageous.
Bro, it's outrageous. And that's the thing. Now you have people like Sean Strickland. You have people like Andrew Tate. You have people like this.
That's the thing. One extreme pushes the other extreme. Always.
I don't think it's like that. I think there's one extreme you have where people are becoming super liberal. Okay? Where people are saying, you know, social norms don't make sense. You know, you can be whatever you want to be. Love whoever you want to be. That goes in a spiral, right? And you have people pushing that. Then you have people who in the beginning didn't really give a shit about it. Like, let them live their lives. And then you have people that like, those people who said, oh, I don't give a shit about it, see their kids starting being fed that stuff. Like, no, that's right. What your parent tells you is wrong. So then that pulls that gap between this group, this liberal group, again, quotations of liberal, and these people who were not, let's say, biased or had a thought in it, right? They become now conservative in aspect.
Do you know who Bill Maher is?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah,
he's a white guy, long hair. He's I think he still is
satire.
Yeah, like political TV show host type of vibe. He was on Rogan, I think, and he was saying that like before he used to be identified as like a modest left, like modest Democrat. He was saying that I can't no longer like call myself that because they've moved the goalposts so far that now, although my values hasn't changed, I'm considered like a modest right winger now.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like when one side that keeps going, even those people who are in the middle that don't give a shit, at some point they're not, even with the same mentality, they're still not in the middle anymore. So they get like pushed. They be considered as like
but and that's the thing. Like, you know, bringing it back to UFC in this sense. Like if you look now, the guys who are beating everyone in the UFC are dudes from the East.
Yeah.
You have guys from Dagestan, you have guys from Chechnya, Kazakhstan, and Dana White was saying something in a podcast. I think that's Steiny guy, the guy from Nelk Boys. He said a quote that was like not a quote, like a segment was pretty interesting. He's like, "Do you think that in the US we are the same caliber of people as we were in World War I or World War II?"
Fuck no.
In terms of men, right? In terms of men,
Definitely.
he's like, I think if he said something really funny. He was like, if Khabib's friends came and overthrew America, these guys would. And he specifically said the South might fight, yeah? Or they might be the ones willing to storm the beach, but everyone else, no.
The coastlines are
Yeah,
gone.
and I feel like okay.
By the way, it's not just men. I feel like even the women, like, yes, like women are stronger in certain ways now, but in general, as a society, whether it's like in America or here or anywhere else, I feel like everyone has gotten softer, men and women, like mentality wise. If you think about like,
but not the East. I think because they've stuck to that sort
certain countries in the East, yes, certain countries no. But if you think about like, let's say in England when the World War II, right? The wives that they have to see their husbands and kids go to war and they still had to hold the ground,
have a
job and like provide for the country, be nurses, all of that. You can't compare that level of mental toughness to be able to deal with that and go on with life with
and not complain about it. That's the thing, not to bitch and moan and like
exactly.
That's the crazy thing. And when Dana was discussing about how it's such a different, and he literally says like now we've raised a bunch of pussies, right? I feel like maybe that's the reason why these Dagestanis and these guys are like destroying. Like one guy in UFC 296 that, okay, first of all, this guy steamrolled everyone.
Yeah.
Shamrat Rakamanov,
something like that.
Something like that. Bro, guy from Kazakhstan. Bro, all this guy does is train. Okay, same as like Andrew Tate said. Trains, prays, does that, doesn't party, doesn't do that. Bro, he's defeated everyone. He fought Steve Thompson, Wonder Boy.
Stephen Thompson.
Yeah. Stephen Thompson's a tough guy.
He's older though.
He's older,
He's like
but still
41.
but still a tough guy.
Yeah.
Like still, and by the way, when he fought him, no one has ever been able to take him down.
Not so, I think maybe
Steve
Tyron
Thompson.
Woodley took him down, but couldn't hold him down. Like
Maybe.
it was something like that. He's really hard to get down.
Yeah, and he's a good striker. He has a very unorthodox way of punching and stuff.
Like full on kickboxing style.
Yeah. And Rakamanov just
Ran through him.
He didn't run through him. It was like he was going for the grabbing and he was going for the grappling.
I actually watched. I think I watched. Did he choke him out?
Choke him out.
Yeah, I watched
and he
that
choked
fight,
him out with 5 seconds to spare.
Yeah. I think the difference is, yes, all of like the mentality wise plays a factor, but I also think that like with like the Dagestanis and Kazakhstan, like all of that, is that first of all, from childhood they've been training like sports that are related to MMA, such as wrestling or what's the one they have the judo jacket on but with shorts? Sambo?
I have no idea.
It's I forgot the name of the sport, but it's basically you have something similar to MMA gloves, a judo jacket or like a jiu-jitsu jacket and shorts, which involves punching and wrestling, I think. So
I think I've seen that.
it's
Yeah,
like similar to MMA, not fully there. There's no jiu-jitsu.
it's like a mixture of karate with grappling, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So they've been training that, like that's one of their like sports that are big there. So they have that background. Obviously, you got the devotion to their religion, which prohibits them from like drinking and drugs and all of that. So that puts you ahead. You're being raised in an environment that's a naturally tough environment. If you're being raised in a village in a mountain, it's very different than if you're raised in fucking California and going to the beach surfing every day.
That's crazy,
that
man.
automatically makes you it's a known thing that they say people who are raised in cold environment usually are tougher people. Even in US, like people who are from Boston or like Detroit, like all of that. Obviously Detroit for other reasons.
I was about to say.
Yeah. But just cold weather makes you tougher. So I think it's a whole, you can't just say it's the men getting softer. I think it's a whole bunch of combination. And also another factor is that their style of fighting is so different and it wasn't around, so it's not like something that people have adapted to it yet. It's been around for what 5 years in the UFC, roughly, since Khabib came. Because Khabib was the biggest one. So I think after some time, people would adapt to it. It's the same way that like the first fucking 5-6 years that UFC started, jiu-jitsu was so dominant because no one knew about it. So I think it's the same thing. But yes, a factor of it is what Dana White said, that men are softer in like US and like more developed countries in that sense.
like I mean, when you look at it, like it's just something that's going a little bit. It's like you start to realize it, you know, and then if you look at, I don't know, man, have you seen this these kind of shows where, have you seen Dubai Bling?
I've seen from the new season. I've seen half of an episode, but
Man.
Thing is, these shows make me so angry. Like Dubai Bling, Selling Sunset, all of that. It makes me feel.
I like Selling Sunset more because I get to see properties.
Yeah. But some of the dramas, I can't digest it because I've never had friendships or like work friends like that. Like if I have a conflict with someone, that's not how we handle it.
Yeah, you
like,
resolve it. Like
if you think your friend is doing, I don't know if you've watched all of Selling Sunset.
I watched one, like I think 1 or 2 seasons, and I mean I think there was a break and I just never continued.
It's rough, man. People fucking sleeping with each other in the office and like, yeah, bro, the boss, the
two brothers fucked everyone in that place.
Legit everyone, and every year they add a new person,
and they fucked that person too.
Oh, like 10 years ago already. Like,
but bro, you know
that's their networking.
Bro, the first season I saw it, there was a girl that came in and she was like, I was their best, and I'm like, they tag team that.
Bro, in the last season, one of the girls that used to sleep with one of the bosses was talking to, I think, everyone, including the guy's new girlfriend, about how he used to sleep on her couch or vice versa, and every morning he was like powder his balls and shit. And we're like, you're just talking to all of the employees about the boss's balls getting powdered every day.
But come on,
can you imagine that?
But can like to be honest, if you look at these two brothers,
yeah,
they look like some sex deviants, bro. They look like the kind of guys that.
Yeah, but if you're running your office, I don't want like.
Yeah, but dude, like to be honest,
bro, imagine if you're wherever you work now, right? If someone comes and puts that information out about your boss.
Yeah,
are you gonna look at your boss the same way?
There's
again?
a thing, you don't shit where you eat, right? And this guy has complete control, bro. He makes it or breaks it for.
Only shits where he eats or eats where he shits.
But that's the thing. You see, it's a power play for these people, right? You know, I used to know a guy in a gym in Dubai, right? That he owned a gym in Dubai, and the guy literally would sleep with every female member of his staff that would come, and he'd make a move for them.
Okay.
And I knew one of the girls and said, yeah, he literally said to me that. If you want to continue working here, you should sleep with me. And I was like, what? Why? Like, and if you meet the guy, he's a controlling fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he thinks he's better than everyone. But if you're so amazing and all this kind of stuff,
well, you have to force people. Like,
why you got to use that? You know? And then the thing is that, bro, it's not only there. It's crazy. You know? And these two guys, when I saw them, like, dude, they probably went through everyone. And you saw that there was one girl with a French chef boyfriend.
I don't remember, but okay.
But that one, like the guy goes there and he's like 4 times the size of these two guys.
They're tiny people, yeah. Man. They're small.
And they're always like, yeah, you know, I used to be with her, right? Like he keeps rubbing in his face and the guy's like,
fuck you want me to do it?
Yeah. But shows like that, Dubai Bling, bro. Man.
Do you think it's good for Dubai?
No, it's not. It's not good for the US.
Why is it being made? I don't understand.
You know, TikTok is not good for. I haven't seen anything good about TikTok except for memes, yeah, or music songs.
Even related to the country or
like,
in general?
No, like in general, right? I have never. Okay, like there's some TikToks where you see it's like life hacks. It's like Vine, right? But the thing is that like Dubai Bling, bro, this Dubai Bling, right? It's. You sit there, you don't get any information about the country. You don't get anything about the humble beginnings of everyone there. Like I was watching a snippet of it. I can't watch it. Like I watched 1 or 2 episodes. I was about to shoot myself.
You get angry. Yeah?
I know some of these people. I've met them, you know? And the thing is that, bro, like a girl was sitting in, imagine, first of all, their outfits look like they came from Hunger Games.
Who the fuck is dressing them, man?
What the fuck? Like, man, one girl she came from, like, have you seen this movie, Midsommar? It's like a horror movie about Swedish people killing people, yeah? She came in with spikes in her hair, and this is in Coco Bay. This is in Coco Bay here. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Bro, I
And
don't
then
know
you
if
have a
it's
girl who has
dressed-
a Rolex in her head. These Emiratis, and mashallah, like, way to show Emiratis as humble people. Yeah, my father, he makes this, for me. What the fuck? You get ashamed, and you have a guy there who's very, very masculine. Yeah, and very masculine, And if you watch if you watch, to be honest, I think I've watched a lot of it from TikTok. Like I've
it's
watched
like-
all the episodes.
But you know every episode.
And the thing is that do you think they know that them being on these shows is like making fun of them?
I don't know. Cause
I don't know.
I really don't. I can't understand what's the purpose of being in these shows. If you're as rich as you say you are, then you're not doing this for the money. Because I doubt Netflix is paying you.
But dude, the thing is that you see a lot of these people
Aren't rich.
they're not rich.
they're not- that's what I'm
And the
thinking.
thing is that we wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck if you weren't rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one would give a shit.
Yeah.
But then like wearing these Hunger Game clothes, putting a watch on your head.
Or diamond in your lips and shit.
Okay, only one of them is like she might be rich because of her husband.
The Indian guy.
No. I don't even know. I never even see this guy.
Because in season 1, I remember I watched this one episode and it made me stop watching the show for a week. It was this girl, she's married to this guy, and she was like, oh my God, my closet is so full. She has like 3 bedrooms.
That was the first episode, and I saw it too, and I was like, you know what, bury her.
Okay, so for people who haven't seen it, she's like, oh, my closet is full. You know what we should do? Everyone would think, oh, let's turn another room into a closet. She's like, let's buy the villa next door, put a bridge in between them so I can use that villa for more space because we're about to have a kid. How much space does your fucking kid take? By the way, the villa is a mansion already. Like,
But that's the thing. It's like, you see the Kardashians, right?
yeah.
If you watch their old stuff, there was a really good documentary I watched about the evolution of how, what's the mom's name? Courtney?
Chris?
Kris Kardashian, whatever her name is. She's a really good businesswoman.
Oh, yeah.
She literally like sold her daughter's sex tape, said it leaked by accident. Yeah. Okay. And she marketed her kids.
She did good, man.
And they actually talk about how a lot of the time people were laughing at them.
I think majority of the time, till recently.
Yeah. The thing is that people were laughing at them, but you're making so much money, you don't give a fuck about it. These guys, like, what are you showing? What's the Dubai bling that you're showing there?
You know what I realize is like
Sunset, sorry, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
cut you off. Sunset, you see some people that have some smartness about how to, look at the market. You see these properties.
also you can see how much money they're making based on their commissions.
Fucking
It's not that
bro,
much.
exactly.
Okay, it's a lot of money for some of the houses, but you can see like
They
from
have to
season
fight. They have to
one-
fight for it.
No, from season 1, when one person comes into the real estate agency, they give her a neighborhood that's not as expensive, so her commissions are like $20,000-$30,000, which is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like compared to like when you sell a 40 million house, obviously it's different. But like these people in Dubai, what I realize is obviously when we travel abroad, and like all of us, you come across people, they ask you where you're from or where do you live. You say Dubai. Everyone's like, oh my God, you must be super rich. And then you explain to them normal everyday life for an average person is not that. This show is doing the exact opposite of it. It's like showing everything everyone who hasn't been to Dubai thinks Dubai is.
No, but the thing is that, you see, I wouldn't mind if people thought...
What I just said makes sense.
No, I understand what you mean. It's like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
They're literally pushing the thing that everyone's rich, everyone's like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But, the thing is that I wouldn't mind if that was the case, where you had a show where there's, elegantly dressed people. They're
Yeah, of
doing
course,
this.
with
They're
class.
talking about business. They're talking about that. Okay, some drama comes. By the way,
Yeah.
all these reality shows, they tell them amp up the fucking shit.
Yeah, of course, otherwise you can't
if-
sell a show. Like,
if you make a joke about me, they're like, yo, next time bring it out and walk away.
yeah.
I think that it's such a negative, like it's such a negative image of the UAE, because you don't see that, like, you don't see people who actually have made a very big difference in their lives here from businesses they've started, and they, regardless of new money, which all these people act like they're new money, which means like they don't know what to be humble.
I mean, from what I can tell, one sec. Fucking hell, this mic. Yeah, so from what I can tell, Chris Fade, obviously we know he's a radio personality. I think he's new money, but also like he actually worked for his money.
yeah.
And there was another woman in that show that she's not married, she's in real estate, and apparently she made all her money in real estate. But the rest of them, from what I can tell, is either from dead husbands or new husbands or like.
I mean,
legit, one of them was in season 1. I don't remember her name or anything. She was like, she would go to shops and be like, "Oh, this is too cheap for me. This is too cheap for me. This is too cheap for me." And then next episode, they're interviewing her about her background. She's like, "Yeah, I was raised in this fucking village. We didn't have anything. And then I married this guy that's like 80 years older than me, but I married him for love. And then 6 months later, he died and I'm rich now." Like, shut the fuck up.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Is that girl, the LG, whatever her name is, that's her abbreviation. I don't know her full name. She was like, I was very humble. She was like, I was very innocent. I didn't even Google his name. Your wedding cost like 40 million. The guy coming to you in a Ferrari, it's not something that like, it doesn't take.
Be better at lying. Just do better.
No, don't. Just say what it is. Like, you talk about Chris Fade, you talk about this guy. Personally, I don't like Chris Fade. Yeah? I feel like, to be a radio host, you don't really be genuine. You got to be like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you gotta always be. You can't show up one day to work and be like, "Oh, I'm so depressed."
Yeah, so I feel like the guy's practiced it, so much. So whenever I hear anything from him, I don't think it's genuine. All the other people there are like, it doesn't make sense. And this sounds like actually, this is a fucking rant, to be honest, because I've watched this shit and it's annoyed the fuck out of me.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah, show us something that's gonna, like. What's the difference between this show and watching Prince? What is it? What is that? Shahs of Sunset.
Shahs of Sunset. Yeah.
Like, yeah. What's the difference here?
Honestly, I think there's a big difference. Shahs of Sunset is not focused on a country or city or town.
Yep.
They're not like making money off of that. They're making money off of this group of fucked up friends. So you got that one. Selling Sunset is about real estate in LA and these colleagues. But in this one, it's like, here's a bunch of people that clearly aren't that close to each other.
And by the way, majority of them, I don't know how long they've been in Dubai. They're like maybe a couple of years, something like that. Where's the people? Like, you have the Emirati couple there. Bro, if you see the shit they're saying to each other, like, first of all, like, it's not reflecting the values that are here a lot. You're being represented weirdly.
The issue is, I just realized this as we were talking, is like, if you want to show the actual elegance, like elegant rich people that are like business heads,
they don't want to be on that.
They don't want to be on that. And even if they want to be on it, it's a boring show because all their decisions are rational. They're nice people. They talk like...
No, but that's the same thing I'm saying here. You see, the thing is that it's like a circus, right? Yeah. And these people are so proud to be in the circus, right? I don't know what kind of returns they get from it.
I doubt this that much. I think it's more the publicity.
I think they released season 1 how much they were getting from it, and it was like a very small amount. But the thing is that it can't be worth it. Like that guy Ibrahim, the
masculine guy,
Rambo. I call him Rambo. He
got married in this season. I've never seen a guy so masculine. Bro.
You know what's funny? He's in my gym.
Is he?
Yeah. See him in my gym.
We go to the same gym.
Yeah, he's in the gym.
Really?
Comes to our gym. And I look at him, I'm like, can I just go up talk to him? I think about it, like, I want to talk to him.
Like, dude, let's be honest, man. Come on. No, just go to him. Be like, let's be honest. You're not fucking married to that woman.
No, bro, even if he's married, I mean, like people had deeper secrets. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like, you know how, like, old school days, in order to, like, for your marriage to be, like, what do you call it? Like, completed, you had to fuck the girl. He never fucked the girl.
No, but that's not the thing. It's like, I just want to tell him, like, why are you so sassy?
Well, what do you mean why? Like, we both know why.
Like the guy, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain this. And the thing is that
you gotta be careful what you say here.
The thing is that he's sassy and fucking drama, so much drama, bro. A woman doesn't have that much drama. Yep. And then there's like I remember a moment where he was talking to his brother. Okay. Did you see this?
I don't think so.
And his brother's like, listen, your friend, I don't think she knows business. And he goes, Scott, yeah, wallah, you talk like this. And I was like, my God, bro, this guy's become UFC fighter, and he's telling his brother, you raise your voice at me. I was like,
I think he's a very big mama's boy from what they show on the show. What you can see on the show, like you can see
all of them. I mean, I haven't seen. Actually, there was one person in the show that I actually found the least annoying, but she's in her own world. She's the one who has like a brother, and she tells him like, you need to go work, you need to go do this kind of stuff. And I think she's, I don't know, a real estate agent or something.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
So normal. Yeah. So normal.
No, normal doesn't make a good show, man. Normal doesn't.
Why don't we do a show like this? Why don't we have?
Well, no one's funding our show.
No.
Fucking 60 views on episode.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, look, there's this fucking cat I've been following on Instagram. Okay, yeah. His name is Wisp. Okay. First of all, if anyone has seen this cat Wisp, it is the best animal to follow.
Should we put the account up,
please? Okay. It's okay. So this kitten has had medical complications, right? And it looks like a gremlin. It's the ugliest fucking cat I've seen in my life, okay? And it always has food on its face because it rushes to eat and stuff like that, yeah? I saw on its account that they needed they needed money for medical.
Okay.
I think the person asked for 15,000 dirhams.
Okay.
Bro, they beat the record. They gave 105,000 dirhams.
Shit.
And we're talking about being monetized. I think we get a really retarded animal. Like
we have Bardi already, bro. It's not doing it.
Oh my god! You heard that, Bardia? Heard that fucking shit.
Right,
he's in the basement, no?
Not my basement. I don't know where you kept them. Don't bring me into this, man. You just sort this out.
But the thing is that, bro, that cat. You know how much money he must be making? Okay, you take the 15 for the medical. Yeah. Don't tell me you're not going to spend the other amount.
Yeah, well, I mean, what can you do to a cat that will cost that much?
No, because it has a lot of complications. But the thing is that
120,000, get a new cat.
I think the whole idea here is to keep that cat.
Sure, keep it and say the money wasn't enough. Keep raising money for it.
If you see the face of this cat and it doesn't even meow, it just screams for help.
Bro, you gotta put that cat down.
I actually have an affection towards this cat, bro.
No, I'm just saying if it's suffering that much,
I don't know. I don't even know if it's I don't even know if it is.
You're saying suffering. It doesn't meow; it just goes ah.
Yeah. But maybe it's trying to speak. You don't know.
Oh yeah, let's have a podcast with the cat.
But that's what we do. We take these people, we take these 5, we will lobotomize them.
Wait, which 5? Oh, from the Bling. I thought the cat owner.
No. Those are people that are actually helping animals and stuff.
Yeah.
You take people like these 5 or 6 or whatever, and you lobotomize them, and then you ask them to explain their life.
How do we sign these people up to the show exactly?
You don't tell them.
I'm pretty sure.
Have you not seen Squid Games: The Challenge?
Yeah, but I don't think
a lot of them got injured in that show. Yeah, and they didn't know they were going to get injured.
What did they do to them?
Bro, they didn't do anything to them. They just
exactly. You're saying let's do shit to them.
No. But the thing is that you put them in scenarios where they're most likely going to get fucked up. Yeah, you have 456 people running.
Yeah.
To get to a finish line. Now the floor is hard, and there's a timer.
And someone stepped on my dick, and now you got.
Yeah, exactly. You're running, and someone trips you, and you fucking land on your jaw, and you snap your fucking neck.
So not only we have to convince these 5 people to join the show, we got to get 451 other people that are willing to kick the shit out of them while they're laid up.
What I think Netflix did was pretty smart is that they promised 10,000 per person. So each person that gets eliminated, it's 10,000.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone has seen the show. It's called Netflix The Challenge. It's called Squid Games The Challenge. It's literally a copy, but they've put a twist in it.
They don't kill people.
Would have been so much better if us.
I swear, some of those people. Oh, don't get me started on that show, man.
And you finished it?
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that in a different episode.
No, really good show. Really good show. Very smart. I think production is fantastic how they did it. But they're very smart. Do you know that they didn't have the money? The 4.56 million.
Yeah.
They're getting it after the sales.
Of the show?
Because if you know the person who's won, I won't ruin it for people, has still not received the money. And they say that the person will get it next year.
I saw an article that was a clause in the contract beforehand.
Yeah, because again, so we could do the same thing. We could just have a bunch of people. We'll do Squid Games, The Desert.
Who's funding this, bro?
It will fund itself.
Yo, well, you gotta pay the camera crew and shit. You can't say,
we promise. We promise. We put it all in the contract here. We promise to say, listen, inshallah, next year, inshallah.
Bro, you know how quickly that show is gonna tank? They just take clips from this. These 3 dickheads that be talking about Japanese people, fucking animal abuse.
Hey, I haven't talked about Japanese people.
Fuck you haven't. What are you talking about?
I've been to Japan and I respect the culture.
Bro, the whole dog with a knife in his mouth type of shit. Who was that?
Dog
with a knife in his mouth. You don't remember?
I don't know.
I'll send you a link to our episode. Yeah. Well, anyways, should we end the episode here? It's been we did a good hour and a half, I think.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something in that range. Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to send it off?
That's my job. If you leave me something.
Actually, no. I'll leave you something. Do you want me to send it off?
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching this episode.
Let's try to get someone from Dubai Bling on the show.
Bitch, I'm talking.
Let's try.
No, why? So we can shit on them in front of them?
No, just be like, why?
That's the whole episode.
Every question, why?
Why?
So I want, why?
Why? Why are you gay?
Why? Who say I'm gay? I know who the fuck you'd say that for. Fuck.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our social media channels to stay up to date with our news. We
Thank
will
you guys.
see you next Sunday.
See you.